All right, we're here with Luke Voit of the New York Yankees.
Slugger.
I feel like
Slugger.
this is our first Yankee. I think so. I mean, I honestly,
Yes, it is. We're happy to have this guy.
but that's what I was gonna say.
We're
Is
able to handpick.
if we're gonna have a Yankee, it's gonna be a guy that's a Barstool guy.
Right.
Yep.
And Luke Voit
Right.
is a Barstool guy. So talk about how you discovered Barstool. Like how who put you onto it? How long have you been consuming it?
I would probably say since college. That's when I started following it.
Yeah.
And obviously Twitter, you guys kind of got the Twitter thing and then Instagram, and then you guys blew up with the apps and stuff and all your podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that I've listened to, on road trips. I think I listened to a little Starting Nine.
Yeah.
You guys went on when I had my 14-hour drive down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys do a good job. It's funny. It's it's entertaining stuff to when you're bored as hell on your phone. Go through.
It's for the everyman.
Yeah.
It's for the everyman.
Yeah.
For the every woman. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Did you see any of the stuff that we did during the playoffs? Any of the video? Do you know Hubs, the Yankee blogger for Barstool?
Yeah.
So we did some like back and forth stuff. Did you happen to catch any of that?
I did not catch any.
Maybe you'll have to go
It's
back.
archived.
Yeah, no, we'll go
I
back
was
and check it
actually-
out.
I was lucky enough to have a front row seat. Hubs fired off at the mouth a little bit. Was talking trash about a Hall of Famer as the players. The
Yeah.
resident union member. I knew it was my responsibility to do what any respecting baseball player would have done, and I had to, as we put it, facilitate fun for Hubs. He ended up at a bar, Lansdowne Street, and he disappeared for a while during the game. Popped back up, was bleeding profusely
From his hand.
And I'll give him this.
This the wild card game?
This was the ALCS.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is the ALCS.
That was part of his punishment.
That was part of his punishment.
Yeah.
So he got drugged through
Gotcha.
the entire postseason. So I had to sit there and
I saw that because I saw him in LA too, right? You guys took him to LA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, you guys sent my green and gold home. I was there for that.
That was great.
I don't want to talk about it.
I had a lot of fun that night.
Whatever.
I was wearing a T-shirt that says "Unbiased National Baseball Journalist," and I was there to just watch the game, and I had no rooting interest.
Yeah. Well, it didn't turn out well. So Hubs gets taken along for the ride. He shows up bleeding, like I said, and I'll say this for the man. I asked him, and he was incoherent at the time. He doesn't remember this.
It's all right.
I said, "What the fuck happened? You're bleeding?" And he goes, and he licks his hand and goes, "I bleed Yankee baseball." And I was like, "You're a goddamn lunatic."
Yeah.
Right now. So
But that's just like that. Just goes to show how passionate Yankee fans are. So what's the?
You saw it? It's crazy,
I
man.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, it's maniacal.
It was a madhouse.
It's the worst. Like shagging. Seriously, shagging as a player, I would hear, "Hey, Braden, throw me a ball. Braden, you're one of my favorite players." You know that's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
And then you don't give him a ball, and you turn around, "Hey, fuck you. you're 9, maybe. What the hell is going? Where's your parents?"
They love it, man.
Yeah.
God.
But I mean,
They
like
hate you
Cardinals
guys.
fans are also very passionate, but there is got to be a huge discrepancy between the atmosphere in St. Louis and the atmosphere in the Bronx.
Yeah, I mean, both great fans, but like they cheer on the other team if you make like a diving catch or like if you have like a 7 innings, 9 Ks, whatever, they'll applaud you kind of off the field. Yankee Stadium, you get booed.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's just the Midwest kind of charm. But it's pretty cool playing for the historically 2 best organizations in baseball, in the National and American League. But I like New York a lot more.
Yeah. What is that like? Because I mean, when I was at Game 4 of the division series in Yankee Stadium, and that was the loudest that I've ever heard any sports arena.
It's crazy.
Like in the 9th inning, like when you guys were coming back, and Kimbrel's losing his shit out there. I couldn't hear my own thoughts. Like that's how loud it was.
It's crazy, man. Even like being on the on deck circle and going up there. I mean, you're facing Kimbrel, who still I can't believe he's not signed yet. But it's shaking, man. I mean, even when they call out your names and you're running out to the starting lineups, it's like, jeez.
How do you keep your heart rate down in a situation like that? Like I get nervous. Like we were in Lakeland today, and like my heart was pounding just
place.
walking along like the warning track during the game. It's like first of all, it's a spring training game. like, how do you keep your heart rate down in a playoff moment in Yankee Stadium when all the chips are on the table?
I would say I get more like it's just like when you step onto that on deck circle, like you just baseball takes over. Like it's normal. Like it's like a normal, July 28th game against the Cleveland Indians or whatever. It's just like baseball. And I'm sure it's the same way for you. Maybe like I would say in warm ups you get it going, or like you kind of your heart starts racing, or maybe for your bullpen or something like that. But once you get on the mound, or maybe once you get that first swing gone, or that first pitch for you, it's like fucking baseball just takes over.
Oh yeah, and it like even for me, someone that hates the Yankees, I was very impressed with just like it's like the energy that's in here could power a small country.
What was your thought? What was your thought when you hit the field for the first time and you know what's coming? The first time you put the pinstripes on?
Oh, roll call.
You walk out.
Oh.
You fuck it. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
You were thinking about this the night before.
I was.
Game's going to be in that lineup, and that's going to be.
It's like, what do I do?
Shit. Roll call comes up. I know I got a job to do. I know I got a responsibility to those bleacher creatures, those fucking lunatics. Love them.
Love it, man.
What was going through your nugget, dude? You're like,
I had no idea. Like I had no idea what I was gonna do, because I know Guardy does the flex, which I love.
Right.
And I was kind of like going around like making sure I didn't copy someone, and so my brother's in the military, and so I just did I did the salute, baby.
There you go.
Just went out, so just kept it simple, easy, and it stuck. I don't know, maybe I'll change it up. I haven't thought.
Yeah,
about
Nick
it,
Swisher did the salute.
Yeah, there you go, dude. Swish is the man, by the way.
Yeah.
You should get him on this show.
Yeah, he would. I feel like that would be like a 2-hour, like 3-parter series. That one, once that dude gets going, he just goes for days. But obviously, like you said, you're part of 2 historic franchises. Who's like the first dude that you came across? Not like a teammate, but when you're around these teams, especially in spring training, who's a guy that you came across where your jaw just dropped? Like, this guy is like working with me right now.
I really didn't get to see Judge play at all last year, because when I got traded over, that's right when he broke his wrist.
Yeah.
And so I started getting to play with him right before the playoffs, and like he missed 6-7 weeks, and he came back and hit a home run like his second game.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he's already got 3 home runs in spring training already. I would say him. And then obviously I got to play against Stanton with Miami and stuff, but just seeing him like go about his routine and hit with him, Judge, and Gary in the same BP group, I feel like I like a little slap, little slap.
Just do your thing.
Get my bunts down and everything. Yeah.
That's like honestly, what's going through your head when you like the BP? Because I got a great story about Bobby Crosby that I can tell you later. But it involves bunting and the last day of the season being an AL team. Bobby Crosby doesn't have your pop, never had it, never will. Neither of the pop of the guys you just mentioned. So all of you are in a BP group, and all of you are fucking laying down bunts. How comical is that? At what point do you just start laughing at each other? Like, what the fuck?
I know. I really don't know, because I get nervous for the people trying to catch the balls in the outfield.
When's the last time you even thought about bunting? When's the last time you even squared around in a batter's box?
I'll tell you what, they told me not to go to the bunting station this year, so there you go.
There you go.
I graduated.
There you go. That's when you know. That's when you know.
Hey, look, what are you here to do? Officially, drop dick. That's what I'm officially.
That's on my business card right there. Dropper of dicks.
I'm Big Al.
Yeah. Like, when you guys, it's like if you're in the weight room and Stanton and Judge are in there, does anyone even bother going in at the same time? It's like, I don't want to be like doing the same, like my weights and then there's their weights.
Oh, they're in the weight room. Yeah, let's boys Pilates.
Yeah. Today's stretch day.
They had to get 120, like up from like hundreds, 105s, 10s, up to 125s for Stanton.
Yeah, he's a monster.
I mean, you guys saw the body issue. It's like it's not fair.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
It's not what I look like.
I'm going to take this time to toot your horn, look, because we've all seen the video. I've seen the video, thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
Our man Lofty, our man Josh. Hell, we showed Tom. He loved the video.
Yeah.
You just slap it around 135, one-handed, no biggie.
I wasn't so much impressed by that.
Carrabis, not impressed.
Yeah, no,
Not impressed.
I can do that lefty and I'm right-handed. Yeah, I will.
Oh.
I'll do it right now. Let's go. Let's go find a bench. Let's do this.
What is the single biggest feat of strength that you have seen, whether it's in the weight room, on the yard, big bomb, whatever, maybe someone just muscling some shit by a guy? Because I've seen Matt Holliday
Yeah,
break.
dude. I mean, he makes me look small. He's so.
I've seen him break a fucking the hand grip measure thing like that we have to do in spring training.
240.
Yeah,
Holiday.
It was sick. Like he I don't like
240 is unheard of.
Yeah, we had a different tool back then.
No, we still do the same one.
Is it well? He like
goes with the little arrow around it. Yeah.
The trainer handed it to him, and he goes, "I'm gonna break this." he laughed, and the trainer was like, "Can you just please?" He goes, "I'm gonna break it," and he was like, so he fucking went like this.
Yeah.
And then just handed him like that, broken. He's like, "Told you." I was baffled.
Well, he's a monster of a human being. Like his forearms are bigger than all of our legs.
Yeah, he's a large fella.
Yeah, like who is?
He's got the biggest forearms I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. What about Dan Uglett? You ever seen Dan
That's
Uglett's
true.
forearms? Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's the forearms that you want to just rip the tape on as tight as possible and just let those things bulge out. You know?
Get vascular.
Yeah.
Just get the veins pumping. Yeah, that's what you want.
Baseball card photo.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. But Dallas mentioned the wild card game earlier. You had a big hit in that one. What was it like? Obviously, playing in Yankee Stadium, it feels like a playoff game more often than not. Like you play in those Red Sox Yankee games, they feel like playoff games. But in an actual playoff game, to have a big hit, was it a moment where you took everything in, or was it a moment where you were like, I don't even remember what just happened?
No, because Didi screwed me. So, all right. First off, that was my first career triple. So I got wheels. Probably last one I'll ever get.
Down, boy.
But so I get to third. You know, I'm all pumped up. I'm just out of breath from yelling, from getting to third base is really far. And then Didi swings to the first pitch. I got to tag up to go home.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to pass out when I got to home. Like, how come in football they get, the shit on the sidelines? Like, I need the oxygen bad.
Yeah.
So, but hey, I was safe, so I made it. I don't know how. I got halfway down. I thought my leg. I felt like I just ran like 30 gassers. It was, but.
Did you play football?
I did.
Like, how close were you to maybe being professional? Yeah.
Well, I had 2 shoulder surgeries, so I had to stop playing. But I would have definitely, like my little brother played Army. Okay. And he's like, same size as me, but I definitely would have played if I didn't hurt my shoulder.
What position?
Middle linebacker.
And your brother?
The end.
Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Ain't getting through the fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine like being those parents like at that house with like the brothers getting into a fight. It's like, dude, I can't break this up.
I used to beat the shit out of each other. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys sort it out. Let the boys be boys.
Food's getting eaten quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that food?
We had like our fridge was like.
You had 2 freezers, tell me.
Yeah. I know. I swear. I felt bad for my parents. Like grocery bills. It was bad. It was for like feeding like 8 kids.
So, I've asked this question to a lot of guys around the league. You'll know the answer to this as soon as I ask it. I just want to know what makes it so special, because on the visitor side, they're knocking shit out of the park.
Oh.
The spread is fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What is it like to walk into the clubhouse every day and walk into that kitchen and just be like
Basically have like a 5-star restaurant.
What do you want?
Like,
What do you want? You
Yeah.
want fish,
Michelin
steak,
status,
chicken,
right? Like,
tacos.
It's made to order.
Yep. It's awesome. It's everything.
I mean, like I
awesome.
can't even knock it anymore. Like we've now gone through probably a
everyone says
dozen
the Yankees,
dudes.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
In terms of like visiting clubhouse, like who has
we have when we have sushi day, there's like 3 guys that come in, they hand roll the sushi in front of you. Dude, it's so awesome.
yeah. I don't even like if there was like a 1 o'clock start, I would have like lunch and dinner at the ballpark.
We have guys that come in and make pizzas for us and stuff.
Like
you can get like yeah.
I can't.
They don't even have wood fires in there, and they got wood-fired pizza.
Yeah, no, I can't push back anymore. If it's universal, like everybody says it now, so it's like I can't even knock it.
Do you have a go-to pregame meal? Like let's say, I don't know, in September you've dropped homers back-to-back in Oakland. You've had the same meal. Like, are you that kind of guy? Do you have superstitions?
I always if I'll wear the same arm sleeve, I'll wear the same socks. If I get like good hits,
Sure.
wear the same like compression shorts
hits,
underneath.
No singles.
Hey, singles count.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
All right.
I'm trying to think, and same dip in the same spot, same side.
Yep.
Besides that,
You left
no
or right
food.
side guy?
Big steak guy.
Left side.
Left
You're
side
left
guy.
side guy. Left
Yeah.
side guy.
Yeah.
Got to be a left side guy.
You can't even tell anymore I have dip in. It's kind of nice, so I don't get in trouble. So.
Yeah.
So you said you're a big steak guy?
Oh, big steak guy.
I feel like we're like best friends.
Right?
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, steak and dip. Yeah.
Favorite cut of meat? Favorite
New York strip, hand down.
New York strip bone in?
Usually no, but yes.
Okay. I know.
I'll usually just go straight up, but if I get special that night or something like that, I'll do it.
Sure. Okay. Tomahawk guy?
No, it used to be when I was little, but I can't I can't do it anymore.
You ever had Wagyu? You've had
I have Wagyu, yeah.
Yeah.
I once tried to order a 24-ounce Wagyu steak. The first time I
Jeez, what was that, like
That's
$1,000?
over. Yeah, over. They came back and were like, sir.
That's all the Wagyu?
We usually start at 3 ounces. And I was like, so make it fucking 12. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
And I was so green. 10 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
There's nothing better than steak and vino. Nothing.
Oh. It's big league.
It's a
Can't relate.
Yeah.
Can't relate. Big McDonald's guy. How do you like living in New York?
At first, I'd visited there, played there when I was in the minors. You play through Brooklyn and Staten Island. I've only been there 2 or 3 times, but at first it's scary, man. Just getting the subways and trying to get to the field because you got to get there like an hour before, or leave an hour before just because of traffic or whatever's going to happen. There's going to be trains changing and some are shut down. Getting around but once you kind of just figure it out, I think it's going anywhere though. I mean, I'm sure it was tough for you, like Oakland the first time. You just didn't know where anything was.
I was super lucky because I live.
Oh, you're right from out there.
Yeah. I lived in Stockton, which is, we're
30 minutes.
45 minutes away from the bay.
But or it's like going to a different city and just kind of figuring out where you like what to go to steakhouses and stuff. I mean, and in New York, you can go to any street and I can eat there the rest of my life.
So you mean to tell me your big ass is sliding on to the train and what people just aren't noticing?
Have you done that? Have you taken the train
the
yet?
first 3 weeks I did it, and then I started
no.
People started chasing me down.
Yeah. What's the oddest? What was the oddest subway interact? What happened?
Oh my god!
I want to know what happened to you when you were like, fuck it, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Well,
I
had guys come on and they followed me and then got on last second. And they started just hounding me with Yankee questions, but that wasn't it. There was one time I was on there and a guy had green gang on his leg, open wound from his knee down to his ankle, just disgusting. Carrying a bottle of Febreze. And he would, if people gave him $2, he'd spray it with Febreze because it smelled so bad.
What?
That's the most disgusting thing.
So he was just rolling around town with an weeping wound, forcing you to pay him to make it smell better.
And it was disgusting. It just smelled like if you left a steak on there for a month, it just smelled horrible.
Oh, God.
That is...
There's some creatures, man.
Yeah, I've lived in New York for about 2 years now. And I refuse to take the subway. And it's just story after story after story that just reinforces my stance.
Have you seen the rats?
Oh, dude, they're the size of dogs.
They're legit the size of small dogs.
Yeah. There was one night I was walking down the street.
Let's be real, you got a fucking rat lugging a slice of pie
down
a set of stairs. Not giving a fuck.
Yeah, we were walking down the street one night, and it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we saw what we thought was a big dead animal laying on the sidewalk, and then as we got up to it dispersed into 15 fucking huge rats. They were just all piled on top of each other. It's a disgusting. It smells like puke, especially in the summertime. It's just,
and when they take the trash out on Tuesday night, it's just sitting there on the street.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all they can do though. I mean, there's so many.
Too many people.
Had you ever been to New York prior to playing?
Just like I said, when I played in the minor leagues. We went to the, in the minor leagues, you get no money. Right. We got our meal money, $150 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And me and 4 other guys, we went to the 40-40 club.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
I walk up there, I got I signed for $5,000. So I spent it all because we were in state college.
Yes. State
college is where that's where Penn State's at. And we walk in there. And I walk up and I was like, "Hey, can I get 3 whiskey cokes for the guys or whatever?" It's $88. And I'm like,
boys,
I'm done.
Yeah.
You guys got the rest of
it.
Yep. Oh, that is classic.
I haven't asked this question yet. Just thought of it right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna lock you in a padded room. There's no doors. There's no windows. And one song is gonna be playing for 24 hours straight. What song are you picking so that you don't lose your mind?
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like I would go. I could do rap of the same song over and over again. I don't know. That's a good question.
But you also have to factor in, like, I'm going to have to sleep during this as well.
Little Frank Sinatra?
Yeah, all right. Which song?
You know what song?
That's my song now. That's my song now.
Yeah, taking it back.
I don't know.
We just saw it here. White's taking it back.
I mean, you got to take it.
He's taking. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like he just fucking did.
I mean, you can be in the process of it, but right now that song belongs to me.
I
That's
know,
my
man.
song.
God, that sucked when you played that. But hey,
Did you watch any of the playoffs after?
I did. I feel like I was at a wedding every weekend.
Yeah.
At that age where everyone's getting married now.
Yeah.
But I did. I watched the World Series just because, I mean, it's hard not to. I mean,
Yeah.
you flip on go to any bar, anywhere you ton. But, you know, when you're out, you're just like, damn, I'm done. I'm like in total football mode.
Get away.
Yeah.
Who's your team?
How I had the Rams, man. I was from St. Louis, so and
They
they
just-
just shoved it down, you know, right up me.
Yeah.
They left.
Yep.
So it's kind of hard, but I'm big into fantasy and stuff, and you know, I like to watch football. I have Red Zone. I got 2 TVs on my wall, run for Red Zone, whatever local
Yeah.
game's on. So
Here you go.
How do you get away? So that's a great transition. That's how you kind of decompress after the ball
Yeah.
game and shit. How do you get away from the game? What do you do for fun in the off season? You like to hunt, fish, blow shit up? Like what?
yeah,
What's your
I went deer hunting this off season. My in northern Missouri, my father-in-law's got like 350 acres up there. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Went deer hunting, fished, did a lot of traveling, got married this off season.
Congratulations.
There you go.
Thank you. But yeah, just honestly spent time at home, and then obviously getting ready. And me and my wife like to travel. We went around, you know, the country. Went to the Dominican. We're gonna go to Hawaii next year. So I mean,
Let me know when you go to Hawaii. If you're going to Oahu, I'm pretty much from there. I got fucking people. This Holly knows folks. I take care of you over there on the island.
Did you just claim Hawaii?
I did claim Hawaii.
I don't know. Mr. 209 is now Mr. fucking Hawaii.
Oahu.
Like, that is...
you lived in Hawaii for a year.
I did. Trying to reattach this shoulder. See how that worked out. Sitting there talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
No,
All right, you got
not
a perfect
great.
game. You got it.
The experience was unbelievable. You're gonna fucking love Hawaii.
I've never been.
Yeah, so I mean,
I've always been to the Caribbean.
Kauai and Maui, those are slow speed. Like, do nothing, leave me alone. There's nothing going on. No nightlife.
I know.
Just
Sit at the
enjoy
beach
scene.
and just
Yeah.
pull
Beautiful.
back the chair and put a drink in my hand. Yeah.
Favorite spot you've been to on the globe? Are you an international traveler? Or are you still trying to take in America?
Are you guys going to Europe? Are you guys trying to do that
London?
for that London series?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't booked
Yeah,
anything,
we
but
haven't
it's
booked
like...
anything, but
I'm
that's-
excited for that. I've
that's for
never been
sure
over
gonna
there. I played in Puerto Rico in 16 for like a winter ball. Aguadilla.
Ah, okay.
They were a new team and we're terrible.
Yeah.
We were like 3-15.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
I played for.
It's like my high school baseball
I played
team.
for Maya West.
Did you Maya West?
Yeah.
Dude, it's beautiful down there, man.
Yeah. I stayed in Rincon.
That's where I stayed.
Okay. Yeah.
Which hotel did you stay at?
I stayed at the resort.
That's where I stayed.
Playa del Sol.
Yeah.
Sorry about it. The fucking the.
Did you get the
turtle
coconut
sanctuary.
drinks?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All day. All day.
Yeah, they got-
That's what's great about winter ball is, like, as a pitcher, you know, I'm a fucking kicker. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
So if I'm not
Oh,
throwing that day,
it was great for me too. I mean, you play 2 days off day, so you know, then maybe 2 off days. It's great.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, we'd show
You
up,
get
we get in there, get
once
our
a
work
week.
done, and then back to the house. Like
Yeah.
I was on a boogie board or on a beach face down somewhere, like by 12.
Do you think I'd make it in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, but like I'm such a picky eater.
Chicken.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, all I eat is like chicken, steak, and
empanadas,
fish.
dude.
Oh, the empanadas are phenomenal. They have these things called pinchos.
Yep. Dude,
Chicken.
it's good. You like fried food?
Yeah.
It's all You can get fried chicken, steak, fish.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
And
And did you ever stop like on the people like on the side of the street with the like?
you kidding me for the tripletas and the
Oh
cubanos?
God, dude, it's good. Rice
Yeah.
and beans,
Standard.
little chicken, pollo.
Yes. Yeah. And this is not me saying this. This is how this is described. Because I got a lot of Puerto Rican buddies who I've made obviously just from playing over there. But Eduardo Perez, son of Hall of Famer Tony Perez, but they talk about the Puerto Rican lane change. And the first time I experienced it was in a cab, and this dude just veered off to the shoulder. Like, traffic was kind of getting fuzzy, and he was just not having it, and we drove on the loop. What is it, the 1 or whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah.
Like, for the next 20 miles on the shoulder.
Oh, dude.
Just running red lights on
Yep.
the highway, like not giving a fuck. I was
No one
scared
cares.
to death.
It is scary, bro.
Scared to death.
Because we got like a rental car down there, and it was the size of me,
Yeah.
and we would fit 4 guys in it.
Yes.
So we'd all share it.
Yes.
It was miserable.
Yes.
And you'd have to drive from Aguadilla, so it's right by, and to, all the way across, like 3 hours. It's one highway, just full with potholes.
Oh,
sounds like an awesome time.
It is a scene. We used to have this. There was this hill, obviously in Rincon, you have to come up and down. Oh, and when it would rain, frequently, and we'd get up on the top of the hill, let it go, throw it into neutral, and you'd pick up speed. We'd get to like 40 or so, and then just hit the e-brake and just spin. Because you can veer off and it's just fucking mud everywhere. Oh, it was fun. I had a blast.
Yeah. That's how I got into Scotch too. All they drink Scotch down there.
Yeah.
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker.
We had Johnny Walker and Coors Light. That's all we had.
Mainline Johnny Walker over there, like IV bag.
You better drink it with coconut water. You got no vodka or nothing else.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd make it, Rocket.
Probably not. Probably not.
Like Coors Light? That's all.
Yeah, I can do Coors Light.
There you go.
Yeah, I can. It's just out there.
The Medallas, that's what they're.
Oh, those are good too.
Yeah, but I can adjust if I'm forced to. Down in spring training, did you live ABs? Did you do any against any of the Yankee relievers?
Yeah, I faced Ottavino, struck out.
Yeah, like what percent do you think that they're going?
I was like going in. I was like, man, that day that we're gonna have to face our whole bullpen.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guarantee I'm gonna face him. Like I just knew it. And then of course, day comes, Luke Ottavino's pitching. I'm like, here we go, frisbees. Here we go.
Yeah.
I faced Sevy, faced Hap. I faced a lot of guys. Britton, it just falls off.
How's that?
Just falls off, man. It's I don't get it.
Like boring down on you.
Yeah, it's like right down the middle, just 2 feet, just drops.
Especially with that velocity. That's what. That's
96.
That's what always like just makes me. It's not the movement. It's not the velocity. It's the combination of both. It's just fucking disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I feel bad for teams. Like our bullpen it's super scary.
No, it's ridiculous. It should be illegal. Is what it is. It's just.
It's
I
Yankees,
mean,
man.
there's virtually you're looking at like 4 or 5 closers.
Yeah.
In the back end of that bullpen.
You're right.
Like Ottavino could be a closer on any other team.
Tances, Chapman.
Yeah.
Britton. Green.
Yeah.
Green could even be a closer.
Yeah. No, it's disgusting. I don't really want to talk about it.
You haven't stood in against Chappie?
No.
No, I'm good.
We're all good here.
Yeah.
We're all good here.
Yeah. No. I think I'm all set with
102
that.
crossfire. I'm good.
Yeah. Do you have a who was the guy you modeled your game after? Do you have somebody that you were like, you know what? Whether it's just because you liked him or it was you saw yourself in him.
I grew up a big Mark McGwire fan.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, being from St. Louis, Big Mac. He had Big Mac land. I hit a home run in Big Mac land. It was pretty cool. But yeah, it's just growing up, watching him and Sammy Sosa, man. That's just
The race.
those were the guys.
Yeah.
I had like all their bobbleheads. They're like collectible balls. I swung the big stick.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because I was a Cardinal fan, but I wanted to go to the field to see bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Do you remember where you were in the summer of '98 when he broke the record?
Yeah, I watched it at my buddy's house. I do remember that, and I had one of my neighbor's dads was at the game.
Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty sick.
yeah. It was pretty awesome.
I always thought it was funny that he was just hitting 500-foot tanks, and the one where he breaks the record just squeaks over the fence.
Barrel hooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to know what the exit velo was though.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's probably one thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they kept track of that back in the steroid era.
Oh, God.
That's
different. It's a different ball game.
Yeah.
Different ball game.
Yeah.
Which leads me to this next little question here. The game is changing.
Yeah.
They're changing the game via rules, via pitch clocks, all kind of different shit. We're gonna play a little fuck, marry, kill, and it's with these 3 rules or proposed rule changes: the universal DH, the 20-second pitch clock, and the 3-batter reliever minimum. Are you aware of that one?
It's not even a reliever. It's
Yeah.
like it's
Fuck
kind of
this-
like
yeah,
you
I
can't do
already
like the
know
Wade
mine.
Miley thing.
Yeah. Fuck the 3 relievers or the three batters.
Yeah.
You gotta remember.
Marry the universal DH because that's
Saw that coming. I saw you hit the knee right there.
yeah,
You're
and-
proposing.
yeah. I proposed.
And then kill the pitch clock.
The pitch clock is just so stupid. And like last year, I got like almost fined. I got in trouble twice for like stepping out, and, like
Get in the
just
box.
barely,
Get in the box, Luke.
barely
Yeah.
stepping out. Like I mean, stepping out, like doing my glove once, not stepping out, and like
Taking a stroll.
complaining,
Yeah.
like looking down. Like I mean, it was like 3 seconds.
Do you
Yeah.
think that they're trying to isolate some of the younger guys that are already in the big leagues. Even in, have you dealt with? Did you deal with shit like that in spring training?
What do you mean, like with the pitch clocks and stuff?
Yeah,
they don't do. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't say anything. Like it goes down all the time, and none of the pitchers care. I mean, all the pitchers are going to take their time too. It doesn't bother me. The worst part is when I was in Double A, I had to play left field, and that was like in 2016 was the first year they started doing it, and I had to run all the way in from left field. Get your shit together, and then there's like you look up and you're putting on your last batting gloves, and there's like 15 seconds left, and you're like, damn.
I haven't had time to get mentally prepared for this.
Yeah. It sucks. All right. And you're telling me maybe you shouldn't have 17 commercials in between innings.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about that. Like how many times do we come back? Everything's done. You're ready to rock, and you're getting this at home plate.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you go, what the fuck? Why? What? I'm ready.
Yeah.
You're ready to bang. What are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the playoff games, man.
That's and so it's no mystery to me. Do you guys talk about that? Because I wasn't somebody who really paid attention to the way that they were trying to finger fuck the game when they were doing it when I was playing. Now that they're
not doing it the right way. Like even like with the instant replays and stuff. I mean, how many times do you see the manager go out and do this on just like a easy out call, but you never know because they want to check the camera or it's just small stuff like that. I mean, like when we played you guys in the playoff game, Angel Hernandez, we had to go to the freaking video like 7 times.
Yeah, and he was wrong on like all of them. It's like these are like bang bang. These are not bang bang plays. Yeah.
Like it's blatantly obvious.
Yeah, like I can get that right in real time. I don't need the slow mo on a majority of those. Yeah.
One of the things I think that they can do better, and tell me what you think about this with replay, is inform the fan at home. Why do we not have a microphone for whoever is making the phone or whoever's making the call? Like there should be a mic on that headset, right?
Yeah.
I think there is. Let the fans know what happened. Like, it was a foul ball.
You need the mic for who's the guy that does it on the NFL?
Oh yeah.
That's what is that job?
Yeah.
Be that guy.
No shit. He caught the ball in bounds.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like we need one of those guys. We need that to just let the fans in house know because they're sitting there, they see headsets, and then they don't hear shit. They just get an out or they get a safe.
Yeah. No explanation.
They don't know what's going on. No explanation. So I feel like baseball could do a better job of educating the fan watching in-house, the fan watching at home who's bitching about why they just sat through.
I mean, every other sport does it.
Commercial.
Yeah. No, I mean, there is weird plays, too. There's like, I mean, we go over these rules all the time, like weird rules that you like maybe come up like 3 times a year. Mm-hmm. But like it happens, and like I feel like they do need a guy that can explain like what's going on, why is he out, why didn't the run count, or whatever happened.
Yeah, I just think baseball could benefit.
Yeah.
I think the fans could benefit.
Yeah, they for sure could.
Yeah.
What do you set year-long goals for yourself? Do you set monthly goals for yourself, or you just kind of like every day I'm kind of going with the same
every
approach?
day, even good or bad, I think you got to flush it. The good players like flush it. Show up, fresh face, happy attitude, try to take the positives from the night before. Even if I was 0-4, take maybe I made a pick or a defensive play, diving play or something like that. But I just try to go day by day. Whenever I try to clog up stuff or get stuck in the past, it's when your head starts spinning, you start reading shit that, people write bad about you, and then you just get in your head about it. I mean, it's hard not to.
Who writes bad stuff about you?
Yeah.
It's not me. I mean,
they're all over the place. Come on, man. I get 55 cameras in my face after every game.
But I feel like with you came in red hot. Like you became almost like a cult hero day one. Like, what was that like to be like, all right, this is the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
They have guys here already.
Yep.
But you were a guy that was like, we're gonna take to this guy.
Well, I can remember seeing him going, who the fuck?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I think.
Bam!
Yeah.
Bam! And I'm just like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Like, watching it in real life, I was like, fuck.
If anything, I think if I tweeted about you, I probably said like, this Luke Voit guy is a fucking problem. Like,
this is not gonna be.
Yeah.
Not gonna be good.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna be around. It's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah.
It's fun, man, especially when you get the hit behind guys that, I mean, it's retarded. Our 9-hole hitter could be hitting thirds.
Yeah. But do you think that it is because of that, where it's like, you come into a situation where there are guys that, Stanton's got the $300 million contract and Judge, an MVP runner-up a couple of years ago, and then you come in and everyone's like, wait, who's Luke Voit? And then, bam, you're just mashing homers at the same pace, and it's like, all right, now we know who he is.
Well, it was just nice to have the confidence from Booney and Cashman, and like even like all the analytical guys that came up to me and like they told me like, dude, we wanted you. We thought you got your steal from St. Louis, and I was in that spot where I got stuck, man. I was stuck behind Carpenter, and it's a business. They, and he had a hell of a year last year too, and it happens to a lot of guys that you don't get chances, and it was more just me ripping the Bulls by the horn and taking it, man, and. It was nice that my name was back in the lineup the next day, which is, showing that, Boone, trusted me. So
what was that? The Shreve trade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a fucking steal for the
I don't
Yankees.
know who the other guy was.
That was a big time steal. Yeah.
Take us through a day of work before you hit the field, preparation wise. Whether it's lunch, cage work, or cage work, tee work, front toss, flips. What do you got? Video? Are you a video guy?
Yeah, I'll watch video on the pitcher, but that'll be like before the game.
Sure.
Like right when I'm putting my stuff on and cleats and stuff, I'll have like iPads, and we'll just have it'll show like his last.
Shit in your locker right there, right?
Yeah, the last 25 at bats, whoever we're facing. But yeah, get to the field. I always work out in the like around like 2:00, and then I'll go into the cage. I'm a big machine guy. I like to see velo. Like to see sliders too. It makes me stay inside the baseball. And not a big tee guy. I think the tee's overrated and think it's stupid.
Really?
You're never going to hit a ball that just sits there, so I think, in my opinion. In the offseason now, when I first start hitting again, I got to remember how to hit a baseball, so I'll take that. But I like front toss, a little overhand toss. But then, yeah, mostly machine, and that's just me getting my timing down.
I've never really heard that. Now that I think about that, I don't know that I've ever heard that explanation for not wanting to use the tee. I don't really have an argument against it.
Yeah.
Only time I'd ever use tee if I'm like just in the worst spot in my life and that has happened before. Like you're just like 0 for 20 and you're like, oh my God, like I can't even hit the machine right now. I can't sniff 92.
Like back to very basics.
And then it's like, dude, you got your swing. This is easy. But a lot of guys live and die by it. But I mean, it's like a routine thing. You build one and you use it or you don't.
Yeah. How do you like playing for Booney?
He's cool. He's awesome, man. He's got your back. He's there for you. He's energetic. I only played for 2 managers in the big leagues, but I like him a lot. And he cares. Like he's always in the locker room, like walking around, getting to know you. It's just not about baseball. It's personal life and cracking jokes too, which is kind of part of me too. So I like it. I like a fun clubhouse guy, more of a player's coach than just a coach's coach. So
Booney's a great dude. Having the opportunity to work with him, great fucking guy. I was excited for him.
Oh, did you work with him at ESPN?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Very good.
I mean, traditionally, the Yankees are known as like the buttoned-up, professional, whatever, no facial hair team. Debunk that for me. Like, what's it like inside there? Like, you guys are obviously a loose group, and you guys like to have fun. So I think that this is almost like a new era of that.
Yeah, I mean, the shaved face thing, obviously, it's a part of it. What are you gonna do?
It's fucking
Gotta
stupid.
shave your. I mean, obviously, I'd never shave my face in the off season, but it's kind of old school. No one really does it anymore. I guess it's kind of like a little legacy thing to have, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't really follow the button rule with buttoning my shirt up all the way, but
Noticed.
that's just me being myself. But it's not that. I think it's been a little bit more lenient ever since Steinbrenner passed away. They're not as hardcore about it, but I mean, they get on you if like you just have like a 5 o'clock shadow. I mean, they want it trimmed up nice and tight. So
who's the one making that call? Like who's telling you,
coaches. We like my infield coach will get on me, and I'm like, dude, I shaved like 2 days ago.
Shave before BP.
Yeah. But who's the biggest ball buster in the clubhouse?
Gardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He's a good dude.
10-year.
Yep. Yeah. He's old school.
Is he's the longest tenured Yankee?
He's got 12. 12?
Yeah.
I think 12.
Yeah.
CC's close too, but he was with
CC's 09.
Yeah.
So it's probably right around the same time.
It's his 18th year. Isn't that crazy?
It's fucking nuts. Nuts. I just love how I've been able to watch him transition from a dude who early on was just out stuffing the world. Like you're not sniffing.
No, he learned how to pitch, man.
Then he learned how to pitch, and it became unfair. And then he lost the heater and tapped into what he was learning all along, applied it, and took himself to the next level as far as a command guy, and is still getting outs. It's
impressive, man. The dude's awesome too. He treats everybody the same. You couldn't ask, and I'm glad he came back because he obviously wants to win a championship. And that's the only reason he came back. I mean, he's hurting, but his knees all messed up, and I know he had the heart problem and stuff. So,
right. What's the thought in the dugout? Knowing, because everybody had a feeling or understood, innings bonus. I'm sure maybe people that talking about that. He lets one fly. I forget who he drills.
Oh,
someone in Tampa.
Yeah. And he gets ran. Are you thinking like what's going through your head at that point? Like, oh my God, give me a wall. Let me run through it now for that.
Just that's what CC is, man. It's badass, man. One pitch, right in the back. One, and I didn't miss it.
That's so good.
And he just walked off.
Right, like I know what's
coming. And he was one inning away from getting his incentives, and the Yankees still paid him.
And so, I'm a romantic. I love little shit like that about the game.
It's baseball.
I love when I see shit like that. It gets me rock hard. So that's why I wanted to know, like, was everybody sort of like, oh my God, bro, like, that's G shit. That is OG shit. Right?
Yeah. It was really cool. That's the first time, like, outside the minor leagues, it happened every once in a while, but, no one cares about that.
Right.
But that was the first time. It reminded me of, like, when I was in college. Like, because I used to catch and stuff, and I remember sometimes we play the rivals. Yeah. Here it is.
You're fucking wearing it.
Yeah.
You are fucking wearing it.
What was, do you have any good CC stories?
He's got, I do not. I wasn't around like the guys too much, so like it's kind of hard, and towards the end of the year is like when a lot of the guys' families are around too. So, but I did his podcast. His podcast is doing pretty good. R2C2.
Yeah.
R2C2 is on that.
I feel like not enough people know about that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, like a lot of like active players in Major League Baseball are starting to do these podcasts, but they're not promoted enough.
No, like, and the thing about CC is like he, in my opinion, and in my knowledge, I guess, in some of the circles I follow, he's transcendent, like, as far as baseball goes. Like, he's a baseball player, but, I mean, he was one of the, aside from Jeter, he was one of the first Jumpman athletes.
Yeah.
Big in the hip-hop scene in the Bay.
Yep.
Like, I mean, he's a fucking guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, like, the charitable and philanthropical aspect of him.
Oh, he does
like,
so much.
He does, I mean, he's built fields up north in Vallejo. Like, just giving people the opportunity. So the shit that him and his family have done is
his stuff's bigger than baseball. Yeah, he does like a bowling tournament stuff too that we did last year, but he like I said, he does everything possible. Once baseball's over, like, he'll have some job doing something, making money doing that too.
I believe he's going to be working with ESPN. Is that correct?
Yeah. Did they announce that today?
I believe so.
Yeah.
He's going to the booth, or is he going to, like?
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, probably just some some part-time stuff.
Yeah.
Because didn't they ban baseball tonight? Or get rid of it? Like, it's only on Sundays or something?
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even watch ESPN anymore. I can't stand it. So I talk about the Lakers and Boston Celtics.
It's a tough pill to swallow at times.
Yeah.
I understand.
Everyone's views.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all like drama stories now.
Right. It is. I mean, yeah, we're here for sports, right? That's what we're here for.
Show me the highlights. What happened to top 10? Like, when I grew up, I would have the ESPN on, and I would watch all highlights all morning.
Yeah.
Eat my cereal when I was like in 5th grade. Every day. That was my routine.
Right.
20 minutes before I go to school.
Appointment television.
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
No.
Not happening.
I mean, like, now that, like, the second that MLB Network came out, I don't think I've watched sports in a sense. It's like, what's the point?
Right.
It's like, if I want the talk shows, MLB Network. If I want the highlights, I go to MLB Network. It's like Sports Center now. It's like it's talking heads. It's like,
Yeah, I'm off it. I'm off it. I want to know. Maybe it hasn't even happened yet. Maybe you haven't experienced it. Your aha moment in the big leagues. Fuck, I'm here.
My first at bat, I would say that, why? I'll say my first at bat. It's probably not the aha moment, but I got 3-2 count, worked a good at bat. I got 97 right in the back. My first at bat in the big leagues.
From who?
Got Juan Mariñez. He's with the Pirates. But that was just like, Yep, made it.
97 right at the letters.
You felt it. I know you felt it, but
I would say probably playing outside of like playing Boston and New York was playing like Cardinals, Cubs, and Chicago's. It's awesome. That's it. Chicago's so fun. But that it's the stupidest thing in the world. How is that thing cool?
I mean, put it like this. I like to spend a lot of time at altitude, Luke.
Yeah.
So get your mind right and go stare at the bean for a while.
Start seeing some shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's just me. I'm a people guy too. I like to watch people. So staring at people, staring at themselves at the bean while at altitude, fun time.
Yeah.
Fun time.
Hey. I see you.
What if give me a big league purchase?
Ooh.
Your first big league purchase.
Ooh. How like expensive? Like
like some shit that you were not able to buy on scholarship, Luke.
I remember when Sam Bradford signed with the Rams. Like they asked him, like, what you buy? He got like he signed like the richest rookie contract ever. It was like $52 million. He bought a ping pong table. That was his first purchase.
That was his.
Like, I mean,
Time to ball out. Get me a ping pong table.
I would say I got a truck. I've always wanted a truck. I was driving my Acura from college, so just grinding through the minor leagues. I would say that, and obviously buying an engagement ring for my wife. So
it's a big ass rock.
Yeah,
looking like she just won a championship.
3 months of salary.
Yeah.
Carpal tunnel coming, sister. What kind of whip are we featuring? You said you're a truck. I mean, what do we got? We have 250 HD guy.
No, I got a 2018 Chevy Silverado.
Okay.
But I actually want to get, because I can't have it in New York. I got it lifted too, so it's impossible.
How big's the lift?
Oh, big.
Big.
I almost drove it over here, but then I would have probably got some
attention.
Yep.
Baby.
Yeah. That's what drives me crazy about New York is that I can't drive anymore.
Oh, I had you being a terrible driver anyway.
I'm a great driver. Safest driver.
I don't believe that.
I don't even know if I'd want to drive in New York.
Oh no, it's the worst.
One time,
I
was playing ball in Hornell, New York, upstate New York, and I drove into the city because I wanted to experience driving in 5 o'clock rush hour traffic.
That's terrible.
I did, and I got cut off by a taxi who just drove on the sidewalk. Like he cut me off and then went on the sidewalk in between a building and a light pole. Like there was more sidewalk left over here on this side of the fucking, and he went right, and I was like, I'm out. Just park it here and we're done.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, no. Because I had a rental car one time, and I was sucks. And like my dad came to a game in a rental car. It took us like an hour and a half to get to dinner after the game. It's like, it's just.
Yeah, not good.
What's the worst chirp that you've heard on the road? And where was it?
I don't. Yeah, I'd probably say Boston.
No.
Yeah, because
good people.
it's not bad. Like it's that on deck circles right there.
Yeah.
I think he called me like a fucking big ass white trash redneck, something like that.
About right.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking punch. Yeah. It's just, it wasn't terrible, but
Yeah.
I was like,
be
you know
us.
what? I mean,
Very
it's like I've never heard that one before. I get
Yeah.
it from Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, couldn't be us. We don't do stuff like that.
What guy in your head, past or present, do you want to stare down on the mound? Like you could
Like who do I want to get a bat from?
You could wake him up right now, and it's mano a mano.
I'd probably say Nolan Ryan. I want to see what that was all about.
At what age?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because we can call Nolan up right now and he'd give you the funk.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Ryder Clemens was thrown in the Texas game. You see
Right?
that?
Yeah, still getting
Filthy
some
slider.
whiffs.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
would say that because he was just the guy that was like the first guy that was like, or I would say Randy Johnson. I heard that was just disgusting.
Yeah.
I'd probably look like John Kruk, but
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy, Eduardo Perez made his living off of Randy Johnson.
What?
Basically, yeah, because Randy used to tip on the slider. Index finger in the glove.
yeah.
Yeah, didn't matter to most, but old Eddie, he could pick
was
some
coming.
shit up.
Yeah.
Oh, he could pick some shit up, no doubt.
But I feel like even if a guy like Randy Johnson in his prime is tipping the slider,
Oh,
it's still next to impossible to hit
Yeah,
that.
it's I'm
Crossfire, subby slider with 101 shot.
Right?
Yeah.
Come
For
on.
your bush,
And the
yeah.
finish on that, no chance for your bush.
Do you ever look for any stuff like that? Did you ever look for guys that are tipping, or do you?
It's hard to, and you see it like I think a lot of guys now like in clubhouses like have guys that look for that stuff.
Yeah.
Cause like Severino was doing it against you guys in that game. You guys blew us out in.
Yeah, 16.
But it's hard to pick up. Some guys, like, I'd say more of the old school guys are, like, all about it. Like, my hitting coach in St. Louis, John Mabry, would always be really good at picking that stuff up. But sometimes it's hard because then you know it's coming, then you get out of your own zone, and it just depends if you want it or not. I personally sometimes don't like it, but then it's hard not to because some guys are really obvious about it. So it's a total preference thing.
Yeah, because I feel like the danger there is you're looking for the tip. You think you see the tip,
Because sometimes it's like glove height or like what do you say, like the finger, and like they don't do it, and then it's like
the next thing you know, you
fastball
got
right down the middle, you're like 6.
Yeah, or like 98 to the head when you're expecting it to break.
You're leaning and it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's got some,
Yeah.
some left on it.
That
Yeah.
can
It's
definitely
like
be
Dempster.
dangerous.
I love Dempster and the glove twiddle. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't see more guys doing stuff like that.
Well, that's where the hesitation comes in. Does that ever fuck with you?
No.
Like Stroman, his hesitation.
Or like Cueto.
Thing.
Cueto doesn't wiggle the glove, but he's got like
Does the
16
turn.
different deliveries.
You just gotta expect it. I mean, it's annoying,
Yeah.
but I mean, I get it. They're just trying to mess with my timing. That's all baseball is.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, it's smart, but it's like, dude, come on. I like the quick pitch.
Yeah. You don't need those advantages. Like you already
You
have.
throw 100, dude.
Yeah, just throw. Yeah.
Give me all the advantages.
Yeah. Who's got the nastiest shit that you've seen in the big league so far?
Chris Sale's got the best slider. He struck me on a backdoor slider last year, and I was like, just gave up on it immediately.
Yeah.
Just backdoor, just boop, strike 3. There you go. And then Brad Hand had the best lefty curveball I've ever seen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like same thing. We're in San Diego, just completely gave up on this curveball. It was like 0-2. It was over my head. I was like, oh, it's way up, and just snap hook right down the middle. Just like I was like,
What?
Oh.
But like, are you like?
and
It
then
sounds like.
Trenton's, I would say it's freaking sinker, dude.
It's
Oh yeah.
Like he doesn't. He gets
At
love,
97.
but he doesn't get nearly enough love. And I'm not going to take the time right now to stand for him, but
We've heard enough.
It's unhittable. That's the again the combination of velocity and movement. It's fucking 99
I know.
off the table.
Yeah.
He's throwing 94-mile-an-hour cutters and sliders. Like it's disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's filthy. And then it just don't get me started.
Yeah, I think it's cool that you're one of those guys that because we'll ask similar questions to other guys and they'll dance around the question, but you're a guy that can like tip your cap. It's like this guy's nasty here,
Sucks.
but not
I mean,
everyone does that. Not
I
everyone
got him
can do
too.
that.
Like I got a hit off him, and the next bat struck out. Whatever. It
Yeah.
happens. I'm gonna strike out again.
Yeah.
Strike out today.
Right. The book is real.
Yeah.
Keep the book. We keep the book.
Sometimes you're gonna spot. Sometimes I'm gonna hit that spot. And sometimes you're gonna miss it right down the middle, and I'm gonna go 450 left center. Sorry about it.
Sorry about it.
And the last question that we ask to all of our guests is, do you know what that question is?
Uh-oh.
If you could go back in time
Anytime.
Oh, and
in baseball history to witness that moment live in person, what would it be?
that's a good question.
Some say 5/9/2010.
It's not. It's not that.
PG.
Yeah, it was just a no hitter.
What?
It was just
Yeah,
it was a complete game shutout.
Ah, man. You know, it would be cool to see. I don't know if it's have a certain date, but to see Babe Ruth play
Yeah.
and see like when it was the old Yankee Stadium, he was just going 450. What was it down the lines or whatever, like 483 or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Massive.
and he was just. I wanted to see like how like he became the great Bambino and like just the like I mean he had like the whole United States following him.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
He was Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So he was.
I would crush some beers with Babe Ruth too. That'd be awesome.
Bro. You know who doesn't want to crush beers with Babe Ruth?
Who?
Me. I think he was full of shit.
How about that?
If Babe Ruth played today, he'd be Adam Dunn. That's my take. If he played today, he's never seen a fastball over 82.
That's fine.
He would shit his
Whatever.
pants if he saw some of the fastballs
That's
today.
fine.
Never
The
saw the
conversation
breaking
is
shit.
that's what
Hey,
he was
here
facing.
again.
Why can't
Thank you for your contributions to the game. You were still a legend, still an icon. But if he played today, he probably would get cut.
So you don't appreciate a guy that's like ripping cigs in the dugout,
No, I do. We still
hot
got guys that
dogs,
do that.
hot dogs,
hmm
and then and then putting down 30 beers after the game. Probably during the game.
No, I
too.
do. I appreciate it. I just,
And just dropping tanks.
Yes.
but I just don't think that he would
Slicing
be
and dicing. Let's not
Yeah.
Forget about that.
for the Red Sox.
You Shohei Ohtani before Ohtani showed up.
He wouldn't be doing that today. He just wouldn't.
You just
It's
mad
okay.
because he got traded from.
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I was. I'm fine with that. I was fine. It's probably a good part of the story.
Babe.
I got. Imagine it's like a 100-year story, but it's like, all right, but you'll be in your prime years for the best part of the story. But deal. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine if I was like in my 20s for like the 1960s.
Are you saying you got a shot? Is that what you're saying right now?
No. I'm saying like if I was living my prime years of my life when the Red Sox didn't even sniff a championship.
Oh yeah, that'd be unfortunate.
It would be unfortunate, but fortunately.
What did you guys say? Outside of your...
We've never been asked.
Yeah, what did you guys say?
You can't flip the script.
Yes,
Yes, you can. I feel
You
like
can.
no one's ever asked. Thank you for asking.
Jeez.
I mean, it only took like over 100 episodes.
I honestly think I would want to be there for the inception of baseball when the final rule was drawn up and they were like, "All right, let's
Like
go
when
do
they were
it."
when they were when they were playing it on the oil rigs and stuff.
Yeah,
And like you're saying like
Yeah.
with like
Right.
the pillow bags.
Yes, sacks.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to be there day
That's pretty-
one with a bunch of fucking, plumbers and a bunch of farmers and a bunch of soldiers and a bunch of all like, all right, this is how we do it. We all agree. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then the first baseball game is played. I want to.
Yeah, that's probably pretty cool too. Yeah.
Do you know that back in the day you were able to request pitch, height, speed, and location, and whether or not that ball was delivered overhand or underhand?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea.
Baffling.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they had to change that up real quick. Imagine if they did that now, like there would be fatalities. Like straight up fatalities.
You're going to have to take a toothpick up there.
Yeah.
We can't do that to people.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I would probably do Game 7
No,
in Yankee
I
Stadium.
can't be Red Sox.
See? Thank you.
God.
Thank you.
But it's like that's not even just like a Red Sox memory. That's like a baseball history. Like that's no team has ever come back.
I get it.
No team has ever come back from being down
But
3
you know
games
what?
to none.
Do the man a favor because he's had the balls
Yeah.
to ask you that.
Okay.
And he had the balls to qualify it. So
Yeah.
you're not going to answer. No Red Sox.
All right, no Red Sox moment.
That's a great moment. That's a great baseball.
It is a great moment.
Can't say the bloody sock either.
No bloody sock.
No, I won't do
Sorry,
that.
Uncle Kurt.
Yeah, I mean, it was between like Game 7 or when they won in 04 in St. Louis. Sorry about that one too.
You guys kicked the shit in.
Yeah,
God.
maybe the night that Ripken broke the streak in Baltimore, 2-1-3-1. Yeah, I might pick that one.
That's good.
I don't think anyone's picked that one.
Yeah, somebody's picked that. We actually had somebody on the tour.
Oh, really?
Someone say
Somebody
like,
back
did someone
on
say
our
like
tour.
Barry Bonds, like home runs? Like,
Yeah.
What has people been saying?
We get a lot of Jackie
people-
Robinson.
Yeah, a lot of Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I believe we had one person, and I got really excited about that. Whether or not, or they wanted to go back to when Satchel Paige just told told his team to fucking take it on in. I'm gonna handle this one right now.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be awesome. That's got to be the biggest big dick display ever.
Who
on a
picked
baseball.
Who picked George Bush's first pitch? Is that Dansby?
I believe.
That's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Dansby Swanson. I do not think it was Dansby. I think that was. Was that? I think that might have been Carson Fulmer, maybe. Or
Was
Michael
it?
Fulmer? Excuse me.
Maybe that was today.
I believe so.
I don't remember. All my days are mixing together.
Yeah.
All I did. Maybe I can't remember. But someone picked that, and it was a great pick.
But McGwire has been a popular answer.
Mhm.
Yeah, that race was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Sammy Sosa is the only guy in history to hit 60 home runs and not win the home run title.
Yeah, he did it 3 years in a row.
Like nobody ever hit 61.
Yeah.
And he just did it 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
The fuck
You
is
know.
that?
Camera dead.
Whatever. Yeah, maybe I would pick Bonds breaking the record in San Francisco. Big Bonds guy. Damn.
Hall of Famer now.
Oh, fuck yeah.
What do you got? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, you got to hit 7 home
Look,
runs.
no,
Yeah.
You still got to do it.
My whole thing on the hall is we've got a hall that is meant to celebrate and explain and depict the history of the game.
Yeah.
You can choose as a parent what story you'd like to tell, what message you'd like to deliver to your children as they're sitting there taking in the individual on the plaque. That's up to you,
Yeah.
parent. All right? I think it's up to the game of baseball to not eliminate the shit that we have witnessed, that we've had occur in our game. We've got the man who's accumulated the most fucking hits in the game since it's been played, and he's not in the Hall of Fame?
I know.
Yeah.
And I understand the reasoning behind it because the golden rule. Well, you know what? My question is, what if my golden rule was not not betting on baseball? What if my golden rule was something completely different? So for me, the golden rule is extremely arbitrary.
Yeah.
Like you can pick any bottom line to draw.
Yeah.
And when someone crosses that line, you could take your stand. And because gambling was what it was back in the day, because the mafia had the influence that they had around sporting events and the racketeering and all that shit, like that's the day that they were living in. That's the shit that was going on. Okay, that is what it is. But Pete Rose, to not be in the Hall of Fame, like because of that rule, and because that's the rule that's been pinned up in our clubhouses and our locker rooms, that rule could very well say something completely different, and we could not even be having this conversation.
Yep.
You know what I just realized sitting here talking about the Hall of Fame is that if there wasn't the day where they go up and give their speech, more of these guys would get in.
Yeah, because you're finding out who they are.
Not even that.
Peeling the curtain.
Not even that. It's because like all the other Hall of Famers are like, I don't want to sit up there. It's a celebration. Like they're gonna go up there and talk about their careers, and like we know it's all phony. If you just take out that one day, if it's just like you vote on it and a plaque goes up, who's saying no to like A-Rod? Like what do you care? Like is A-Rod a Hall of Fame player? Yes.
Yep.
Is Barry Bonds a Hall of Fame player?
Yep.
Yes. Roger Clemens?
Yep.
Yes. The plaque goes up. Who gives a fuck? You just have your baseball reference page is now in gold instead.
Yeah.
You're a Hall of Famer.
That's
it.
A lot of these people that have these opinions in public aren't going to be the people who take their kids to the museum. They're not going to be the people who are being paid to opine about this shit,
Yeah.
right? They have no impact, in my opinion. We're growing the game, and in an effort to grow the game, and this is far beyond baseball, the minute you start to forget about history is the minute it starts to rear its ugly head and repeat.
Oh, that's what I grew up with. That's what you grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
That's what I saw. I saw Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Canseco, Bonds just dropping nukes.
Yeah.
And they were jacked.
They're superhero looking.
I mean, when Canseco and McGwire together in Oakland, the Bash Bros, bro, and they just wearing like spandex.
Oh my god, it was painted on. Like I still talk shit to Jose. Like Jose, tell me you didn't have somebody in there just airbrushing your fucking uniform on. Like you were going out there in body paint. Like, oh my god. And Jose's awesome, very candid about his time in baseball and shit. So it's really cool just talking to him about not only his career, but everything that surrounds the universe of Jose Canseco. But those dudes were, I mean, iconic, man.
Yeah.
Iconic.
But that's the same thing as like, would you vote for Sosa or McGwire too?
Yeah, I would.
You would? Yeah. I'm like on the fence about that because it's like like Bonds, Clemens, A-Rod, those guys are all probably Hall of Famers without using. Sosa and
McGwire, the guy, you talking about the guy who hit 49 home runs in '87 his rookie year? Like he didn't have
I mean,
that
he
in
was
the fucking tank?
he was
Let's go.
for
He had that in the fucking
he was
tank.
probably on the sauce the entire
He
time.
had that in the tank.
I mean, you act like steroids didn't exist in the 80s.
Yeah.
I know I'm not. I'm just telling you, his rookie year.
Yeah.
His rookie year, he went up and dropped Dick 49 separate times. So I'm telling you that's in the tank.
I mean,
if he got,
if those guys, you don't know that he was clean that year either. But
oh fuck, here we
again,
go.
I don't care about. I just don't care about it. If you use, I don't like. Good for you. Like as a fan, it's like you want to see shit like that. Put them all in. I don't give a fuck.
And that's like, who is the one guy that didn't vote for Ken Griffey Jr.?
Some asshole. I think there was.
How was Rivera the first time?
Does another? Let me ask you this: who is the player that we're playing? That you're playing against? That we're watching play right now?
Mike Trout.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Does it happen though? Does he get the 100%?
I mean, I think he's almost like a Hall of Famer already.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's better than statistically. He's better than I believe over half the Hall of Famers.
No, I saw something on MLB Network. They were comparing him to Griffey, and like his numbers with Griffey were like just like way better at the same age or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really not close. Like it's really not even close.
And I'm really interested to see what Judge does in a full year again. Because he had 56 home runs 2 years ago. And yeah, and he broke his wrist and stuff. He's got stupid ability.
Yeah. Pretty strong guy.
Yeah.
What do you think is the farthest Judge batting practice home run you've ever seen?
I'd probably say Stanton has it. Stanton put it almost out of the stadium. Like dead center. Like, you know how like those boxes like that where the cameras are? Hit it over on top, up in the catwalk.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What a sicko.
That is enormous.
Yeah.
Dead center.
The park at Petco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he hit the
the fucking seat
Yeah.
or whatever.
At the building or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, in Miami, he put one over the Budweiser bar. If you take a tour of the ballpark in Miami,
So far
they
away.
mark it. So, like, I was up there, and I stood where his ball landed, and I looked at home plate, and I was like, you need a cannon to hit anything over here. Like, this is not – I was like, this is like 600 feet away from home plate.
Yeah, he's like I said, I get to hit BP with him. It's fun.
Yeah. Jealous.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Luke Voit, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate you taking the time. And now that we're neighbors, I think we're going to have to do this again sometime.
Yeah, I'm down. This is fun, guys.
Sweet.